Yo, Dr. A and B. Yo, applying pressure on these devils with divine lectures. Student of Malachi York, I am the rhyme center. I've been on it since 2000, I vibe better. Blue House, master third degree, it's life's nectar. I got that power of right knowledge, we call it second. They don't live it, they only talking right out their rectum. Pushing out that BS, talking and just pretending. These bloggers are gas, they frontin' in class. They hide behind signs and symbols and controlling the map. This ain't a game, black, from way back. You better change that, it's freedom in the music. They think I be the nuisance. They puppet master weak brothers and push them to confusion. These cowards claim they're leaders but misleading and abusing. Powers of the illusion, never live by the truth. And you call yourself elites, but I see you acting stupid. I'm standing up for real guard soldiers building a union.
Peace, this is Dr. A and B, African Man Born. All right, so to book Dr. A and B, African Man Born, you got to go to Legal Mob Entertainment. Legal Mob Entertainment, ran by Miss BK. All right, you go on Facebook. You can go, but email her if you want to book any shows or anything that requires my services dealing with music. Miss BK, Legal Mob Entertainment. Anything locally as far as shows and gatherings, you do that through Marcel Joseph, which is my lawyer. You hit her up at marcel@gmail.com. For Miss BK, you hit Legal Mob Entertainment at gmail.com to get all the music, videos, even the clothing, the hats and all that. AfricanManBorn.com. All right, or you can see me at different vending events around the city of Boston and Massachusetts and even out of state. All right, AfricanManBorn.com for everything. Peace. Peace. This is Dr. A and B on Dr. A and B TV. All right, you know, when I first started rapping, right, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just writing shit down, didn't know the concept of bars, songwriting, hooks, none of that. And I didn't know how to make a subject matter out of rhymes like that, as far as rapping is concerned. Then I got into making beats. And when I started making beats, it gave me a concept of studying music and music theory. And I always was into music. So I listened to a lot of different music, and then I made beats based on music that I listened to, right? From soul all the way to hip hop. Then when I got into like really focusing on my rhymes, which was in college, I started putting songs together, and they still didn't make any sense as much as like subject matter wise, but at least I knew how to put songs together and show people that I can actually MC. Then when I started to find out more about myself, I started adding content that most people will not talk about, which is consciousness, which is black liberation, black power, black spirituality, black magic, black everything, and being in love with your blackness. In the world that we lived in back then, that was over 20 years ago, I realized that when you get into black messages, as they say, or so-called woke messages, as they say, you will be ostracized, you will be criticized, you will be crucified by not just other races of people like white folks, but your own. And I come to terms with that stuff. So a lot of times, especially recently, I've been avoiding just getting into it with people based on race debates, and I still do that. I don't really want to get into it with people about race debates. But when I first started getting into consciousness in the music, it was all about black everything. You know what I mean? Black upliftment, but also black fighting the white racism music. Especially as I started growing into it, it was a combination of street and then blackness tied into being a warrior and fighting for your blackness against white racism. All right. In this day and time, like in the recent years, I've been giving information without being so black radical, in a sense. I wasn't afraid of being black radical, but I was like, as I wanted to show maturity, So I became less radical as a black man and been more spiritual as a Nubian man, as a Sabian man, as a hip hop cultivist. You start to realize that the path that you was on to being black love, black consciousness, black warrior, that was never the wrong route. So nowadays, at 45, I'm about to be 46 this year. Now that I'm 10 years into doing like this type of commentary, like podcasting type of thing, I did my first video like this 10 years ago. You know what I mean? Probably like, I want to say like summer of 2015, just to get some things off my chest and just to talk about certain things. And then I started getting into podcasting, and I've had many different titles of shows, from Dr. A&B Speaks, A&B TV Live, Random Thoughts, Culture Speaks, the A&B TV show, different names, same shit. I just wanted to find a title, which is why all of them are the same show, but I wanted to find a title that sticks. Reason why I'm bringing this up is because, you know, you get onto Facebook and you do your commentary, or you watch certain things and you see how they trigger race war on the internet. A lot of white folks are mad because black folks are not submitting to their white is right commentary. A lot of white folks are upset because black people, and not just black people, white people, are not submitting to the white is right narrative. So they say things like, well, black people, I've just came off a fucking thread. And a lot of times, let me tell you something. A lot of y'all are only fueling a different animal when it comes to a person like me, who I don't have to fight with you. I will respond to you, and I will be utterly disrespectful to you when you disrespect me. And y'all do this. Y'all do this on purpose to see if I'm going to be emotionally attached to your shit and just come off the hinge. I'm not going to go off the hinge because you're not worth going off the hinge. You're not smart enough to take me off the hinge. But what you will do is get a response from me. And yes, it's going to be disrespectful because you're not going to come at me any old way just because you're white and you don't believe that racism exists. That's the dumbest shit you can ever say with everything that's going on. That means that you're just totally ignorant to it, or you're purposely saying this is not it and you just need to get with it. You don't tell me, you know what I'm saying, or anybody that's black, that racism doesn't exist and that you're not a problem. You white folks are a problem. Now, the white folks like you, you're a problem. And if you have a problem, you're going to have to see me about that. If there's a problem, you're going to have to come face to me. Don't do the Facebook shit. I mean, you can, but I'm just going to respond to you disrespectfully, and then hopefully we can go at this all day. We can go at this all day. I at this point, I'm not going to start running away from fucking the type of conversations and arguments. I'm going to fuel it full flame. I'm going to be the kerosene, and I'm going to be the lighter that flames that shit so you can get pissed off. So you would want to try to lynch me and see what happens. Because you're not going to just say certain things. Certain things I can ignore. Certain things are so stupid that I will just respond and then leave it alone. Like one guy said, so there was a video where DJ Vlad, who I hate, I can't stand him. He says that he has a problem with Dr. Sebi. And John Sally said, well, he's not talking to you. And I put a comment saying, stay out of people's business. Two white boys go up there. One white boy says, or what? It's quite easy to be tough talking on Facebook. So I ignored his corny ass because what do you mean, or what? What are you gonna fight? You ain't gonna do nothing. You know what I mean? Then there was another guy that says, well, he's Honduran, so he's not your business either. And I was like, nigga, Honduras, him being Honduran means that he's from Honduras. That is a nationality. It's not an ethnicity. Ethnicity is the race, dummy. You know what I'm saying? And before you come at me with the side shit, you know what I'm saying? Have your facts straight. All right? But this is the type of shit that you're going to be dealing with when you start speaking in your own culture, because this is, for some reason, black people are targets, even though we've been victimized for over 500 years. And we found a way to make it through, even with the little bullshit games that they play with the Emancipation Proclamation. That was just to free the slaves so they could bring in the labor union, right? They needed a new way to make currency, and it couldn't be slavery, right? So they had to get rid of slavery to bring in the labor union. And then they had the child labor shit, which kids was losing their limbs, so they had to create child labor laws. You know what I'm saying? Then you had Jim Crow. You know what I'm saying? You had all of these things that came in, and we had to have civil rights, which they're dismantling, right? You had to have civil rights and all these things. This is history that people want to get rid of so they can justify their bigotry, racism, and discrimination and hatred. Listen, you can hate me all you want. You can even discriminate against me all you want. You can say racist shit against me all you want. But what you're not going to do is do that and then put your hands on me and mine. What you're not going to do is say whatever, and I'm in the mood to talk shit, and you're not going, and I'm just going to be quiet. What you're not going to do is come on my platforms, especially on my podcast and my shows, and disrespect me, because most of the time I'm going to block you because I don't know you. But if you really want to be froggy, just understand where I come from. I come from Roxbury. I'm from the street. I chill with street dudes. I grew up with street dudes. I ain't running from none of you white boys that wear masks and walk around with a flag talking about this is your fucking country. If this was really your country, you wouldn't need to wear a mask. And you wouldn't need to walk around prancing around like this is your fucking country. You call yourself a proud boy, but you're not proud enough to show your face. You call yourself fucking Ku Klux Klan, but you're too scared to show your face. Because you know if you show your face, we can spot out the enemy. And even white people that are your enemy will be like, oh, that's there they are right there. Some of y'all are doctors, lawyers. That's why I don't go to doctor. Some of y'all cops. A lot of y'all are cops. The cops show that they're KKK for real. I'm surprised you ain't got some black ones, because there's some black ones that act just like they go to y'all meetings. You know what I'm saying? So I just want y'all to understand where I'm at with this race thing in America. You come at me sideways, I'm going to come at you straight forward. And we're going to see who's the last one standing when it comes to that. From the music to the podcasting to just regular life in the street, like out here on the grind. I don't care what laws they make. I'm not worried about Project 2025. I'm not worried about fucking them trying to put us back into slavery, because that is not going to work. I don't care what medical disease you want to destroy us with, like you did 5 years ago with COVID, and it did not fucking work. I survived all of that shit. Trust and believe. When I say I'm going to survive it, I will, because I'm not worried about you guys. I am in the seat of the lineage of the supreme beings, the most high, the overseers, Paratadu, as we will. You know what I mean? The creators of the universe, the earth, all of this is created by beings that we personified looking like. You can't destroy me. To destroy me, okay, I'll be one with the all, which I'm already one with the all. I'm just on this physical realm. When you look at things in a different perspective, then you start to see that there's nothing to fear. Every little racist law that they're making, every little racist policy that they're making, every little goofy ass thing that they do with our finances, you don't need anything from them. As black folks, you need to start taking a stand now and coming together with this same mentality and be warriors of your people's future. For all the white people that out there, for the ones that I'm talking to, you know what I'm saying? For the ones that I'm talking to, you know what it is. If you were real men and women out there, you would shut your ass up. But you can keep talking, and I'm going to keep hitting you. And I'm going to keep broadcasting. And if you don't like it, see if you can shut me down. I don't need Facebook. I record this. I own all of my content. Everything. And soon I won't be using Facebook and all the other stuff. I'll have my own platform where everybody has to go to to even see me. But I'm not worried about the people that don't like me. If you don't like me, just stay off my page. Don't support it. Stay off my podcast, but you're too interested. You're too interested in me and others. You're interested in all the black people that they're talking because you want to know what we're thinking 24/7. For no apparent reason, because you're not here to help. You're here to fucking be a nuisance, and you're here to dismantle, and you're here to try to keep us in line. We are not in your line anymore. That time has left us 25 years ago. That time has left us. The ones that still want to be under your little fucking racist coattail, that's their problem. It is our time to do what we need to do for self. We don't need your intervention. We don't need your thinking. You know what I'm saying? We don't even need it. We didn't even need you back in the 1900s and the 1800s. Because you see where that got us. Right? We don't need none of your fucking ideology. We don't need to discuss with you on race relations, because it's clear that you don't care about race relations as far as respectful race relations. And all you got to do is just be a good fucking person. Some of y'all are evil, ignorant people. And then you come on Facebook because you hide behind a computer. And some of y'all will say, well, I'm hiding behind a computer. I don't hide behind computers. I'm showing you my face. My face is on my product. I will beat your ass with this hat on. Whether it's mentally or physically. You don't want to play with my people, man. And we are the source. So you might want to start shaping up your mentality, because you've already been judged by the universe anyway. I'm not even speaking religion. I'm just talking about actual facts about what's going on. Y'all trust in this government? Fuck this government. They're proving to you that they don't give a shit about you. It's about their new world order. They don't give a fuck about none of y'all. Y'all sitting there talking all this racist shit, and they trying to make you just as much of a slave as we were. We've been telling you shit. A lot of the Mexicans and stuff like that were racist against blacks, you're starting to see now. And the funny thing is, we don't even hate none of y'all. But we don't trust none of y'all neither. You got to prove that you can be trusted. And that goes for my people too. The ones that follow their fucking code of whatever it is that they think is ethical. We don't trust none of y'all. And we're going to continue not to trust y'all until y'all prove that you're worth our trust. And if that's too much for you, then stay the hell off of our platforms while we're speaking the unapologetic truth. So with that being said, I'm not going to stretch this. It's already 15, 16 minutes. With that being said, this is Dr. A&B on Dr. A&B TV. I'll see you on the next podcast. The radio podcast, I'm going to start really broadcasting my audio podcast. Around April, I will drop my first episode, and it'll probably be 2 episodes a week. But I'll let you know. And some of them will be in conjunction with the TV. That's why it says A&B, Dr. A&B TV radio. Because some of them will be audio and you'll get to see both. All right? So with that being said, peace. This is dedicated to Edith C. Estorine, my mother. R.I.P. Because of my mom, I had to take a certain step. Because of my mom, I had to earn my respect. Because of my mom, I had to work for what I get. Because of my mom, I had a different type of rep. Because of my mom, I have a vision for myself. Because of my mom, I have a goal to gain my wealth. Because of my mom, the discipline I live is felt. Because of my mom, I see what's better for myself. Yo.